Guys, welcome back. It is so nice to be with you again. I'm Scott Anderson. Step onto your mat once you've got
Hey,
it.
boy,
Oh.
you best let a man handle this video.
No, leave immediately.
I will have my vengeance.
Okay, I'm sorry about Sharky. He wants to do all my videos now. Go ahead and finish up your coffee just like my doppelganger is. This is just a simple mobility class that you can do every day. It's going to be, I hope, really fun and help you get a great start to your day, or maybe it's the nice conclusion to your day. Shift your hips right and left and just loosen up. Feet are about twice the width of your hips and shifting the hips side to side. Right hand on the top of the head, and I'm going to grip the left side of my head with right fingertips. Left hand is on my left thigh. I'm slowly going to pull right ear to right shoulder and then resist at the left side of your neck and pull your head left of center. And when you do that, try to slide that hand on your thigh down just another centimeter. Remember, you're resisting with the left side of your neck to pull your left ear to your left shoulder, and then the tension in your neck releases to allow you to pull your ear down. We're going to do that one more time. Create tension in your neck to pull your left ear left, and then pull your right ear right. Now I want you to hold your head like you would hold a doorknob and turn it. You're slowly turning your head to the right so you can see your right foot. Don't try to look up to your left, just go back to neutral. Release, and let's do the other side. Place the left hand on the top of your head. That means left fingertips are on the right side of your temple. Slowly pull your left ear to your left shoulder. When you resist at the right side of your neck and pull your head back up, right of center, slide your right hand down just a tiny little bit, so that every time you pull your head to the left, you just get a nice little bit more stretch into the right side of your neck. Everything that we're going to do today, we're going to do ballpark 5 times, maybe 3, 5, but not a whole bunch of repetitions here, just mindful and deliberate and targeted movements. Now, hold the head like you'd hold a doorknob and turn your head to your left so that you can see your left foot. And then release. Reach your hands out to your side, turn your right hand up, and then rotate your arms in opposition. So as your left hand turns up, your right hand turns down. Now, this is a great opportunity to pause and just hit that like button and maybe subscribe, because that really helps us out. It tells YouTube that people are valuing this content and they'll show it to more people, and that would really help me out. Keep rotating those arms. And now we're going to do what's called the Pete Townsend. Just rotate that arm at the shoulder like you're throwing a softball underhand and then get into it. That's Pete Townsend, millennials. He was a rock god. Respect. Rotate your arm the other way. And we're going to do the other side. So turning to your left, begin to throw a softball underhand and then get a little rock and roll on it. I think Pete Townsend probably smashed more guitars than any person in history. So this is a time to maybe just get a little aggressive on that rotation, or gentle. It's up to you. Come back to center. Now I'm going to pause right here so you can see I'm going to my bookshelf to grab a large book, not a heavy book, but something that's large enough that I couldn't grab the spine and hold it and show it to you. I'd have to hold it with both hands. And I have selected dork because that is what I am. So I'm holding on to the bottom of the book, and the top is facing the ceiling. I'm going to pass it like I'm going to give it to somebody behind me, and then out somebody to my right, and then keep rotating, drawing the elbow bent so you can get it above your head, and then pass it back behind your back. So this movement here is sort of like, think of a serving tray that has hors d'oeuvres on it, and you're trying not to spill it, but you're at a fancy party and you're trying to do a fancy move. So what this is doing is just loosening up your shoulder and your neck, and I'm sure you feel that. So again, that was probably about 5 times. You can do it 20 times if you want. We're not trying to do anything to fatigue. We're just trying to remind our body of all of its natural capabilities if we take good care of it. Let's switch it over to the other hand. Again, make sure you grab a book that's big enough that you couldn't grasp it with your fingers, with your hand on the bottom of the book. Pass it behind you. Now I'm going to drive my hips out to the side as I bring the book around. You're going to see that. And I felt when I was filming this that I was doing it more on the left, which means that I was just using my left hip a little bit more to compensate for what my left shoulder couldn't provide for me when I filmed it. So it's always going to feel that way. That's what those compensations are. We just want to try to feel where they are. Go ahead and place that book back on your shelf. Check out anything by Evan Dorkin. He was great. Now reach your hands out, flip your palms up like you just dropped something, and then right hand higher. Cross at the wrist and clasp your hands into one fist. Bend your elbows and then squat as you drive knuckles towards your chin. And as you straighten your legs, straighten your arms out. And as you squat down, we want fists towards the face. Knuckles out, legs straight, fists to the face, squat down. Again, 5 or 6 times. You can do more or less if you like. Now, we really want to try to get more length out of the top of the forearm. So now as I rise, I'm trying to push my wrist down towards my belly button and drive my elbows out. And release. Roll out your wrists. This would be even more fun if I had like a shake weight. Now reach your hands out. Let's do the other side. Rotate your palms. Left hand higher. Cross at the wrist. Bind your hands into one. As you squat, bend the elbows. Fist towards your face. As you straighten your legs, straighten your arms out. As you squat, we're trying to bend those elbows. And when we've completed 5, 6, however many we decide to do here, you can go faster, you can go slower. But once we arrive in that last bind and your legs straighten, try to pull your wrist down towards your belly button and try to pull your hands apart from that grip. That'll give you a nice little release in the forearms. Roll out the wrists one more time. Now, hands on the hips. I like to call this, wait for it, oh no you didn't. Now here's why, because when I place my hands on the hips and just shift those hips to the side, I just imagine some sassy lady, or maybe a sassy boy, I don't know, telling me, oh no you didn't. Oh, no, you didn't. And now pushing those hips to the left, reach your, hips go to the right. Right hand goes up. Left hand slides down your shin. And then you're going to slide it back up as you reach your right hand high and slide down. This is going to create friction and warmth on your left leg. Maybe it's okay to do that because it's your body and you by touching it have given your own consent. Now place your right hand on the top of the head and just like when we were standing, pull your left ear towards your left shoulder to lengthen through that right side body. Nice little release through the serratus. Rise back up. And we're going to do that on the other side. So, hands on the hips. And maybe you're just feeling more confident. Maybe you're feeling more sassy. Oh no, you didn't. And then once those hips shift to the left hand reaches up and the right hand slides down. Once your hand is reaching up, reach up higher like you're going to grab a rope above your head. Slide the hand down and warm up that right leg from the thigh to the shin. Sliding up and down, creating some friction. Maybe you want to get out some oil and candles. I don't know. But slide your hand down and place your left hand on the top of your head. Grab your head and then pull right ear to your right shoulder. And that's going to help you just lengthen through that left side. I hope that feels good. Today is all about feeling good. Rise back up. Turn that right foot in. Readjust your shirt. Place your hands on your heart. And this is like a lunging twist. Now, I didn't pause at any point here, but you can see that all I'm doing is, I think as I was doing this, I was in the movie The Sound of Music, and I was just singing to all the glorious flowers and splendor of the Alps around me. But your hand is on your heart, and as you turn to the right, your right hand goes out, and as you turn to the left, your left hand goes out. I'm feeling very Julie Andrews right now. I want to just sing to some kids. Slide your hands down to your knees and bend your knees. Straighten your legs, push your hands into your knees, and then push your knees into your hands. Let's just check out those knee and hip joints. We're getting ready for a nice little squat, so we can do another one of my favorite moves. This is called polishing the park bench. Imagine you're sitting on a park bench, you place your hands on the ground, and then you slide your butt from side to side. So as long as your butt doesn't rise off the bench, you're polishing it. That's the idea here, is to coordinate the movement on the right and left side so your butt never rises as you shift sides. Walking the hands to the right. We're going to sit all the way down to the right heel in a Cossack squat. And as we straighten the right leg, reach your right hand up for the twist. And as you reach down, bend your knee so your knee pushes through your forearms as you sit. As you straighten your right leg, reach your right hand up. As you reach down, bend your knee and sit. As you reach up, straighten your leg. Like I said, guys, simple movements today, nothing super challenging. Now we're going to sit and just rotate through the left ankle. So you can try to hold that big toe on your mat as long as you can and slide it. But what we're really doing is just rotating through a couple of really great joints in the foot to increase our mobility there. We spend way too much time in shoes. We lose our mobility because of all this footwear we wear. Now we're going to lift our butt and sit over to the left heel. And same thing on this side, right? So as your left leg straightens, your left hand goes up. And as your left hand comes down to the ground, you push your knee through your arms and sit. Reach up, straighten your leg. Reach down and squat. Reach up, straighten the leg. Try to coordinate your breath as you move. And remember, have fun with it. This is a great opportunity to just check in with the body. Now turn as you squat to the left heel and rotate that right ankle. Just work on as much mobility, as big of a range of movement, sort of in a vortex pattern or a, what's that called? Circumductive movement. So just rotate. Plant that right foot, rise back up. Hands on the thighs. Yeah, what a great start. Now step to the center of your mat and turn to the top of it. Reach your hands up. Now as you hinge forward and bow, I want you to pause when your spine's parallel to the ground and try to hold your arms parallel to the ground. And then reach down, squat down. You're going to slide your hands back and drive your knees forward as you lean back. This is working on a ton of different range of motion. Hands are back in front of you. As you lift your butt and straighten your legs, slide your hands up your legs. When your spine's horizontal to the ground, reach your hands out and rise up. When you're upright, reach up. Reach your hands out into a T position and then bow at the hips so your spine is horizontal to the ground. And then slowly lower the arms until your fingertips can come to the ground. Bend your knees and squat. Slide the hands back. As you lean back, drive the knees forward. So a lot of these movements, you don't think about it unless you have a lot of restriction in your feet. But so much of these movements, they target a lot of different joints, but we're really always trying to work on the feet quite a bit. As you rise, reach up and reach out. Now we can look at this from the side. See, I'm bowing. I'm trying to keep my arms out of my peripheral vision until my spine's parallel to the ground. Then reach down, squat down, knees push through arms, hands reach back. As I lean back, I drive the knees forward towards the top of the mat. Then my heart comes forward between the thighs. Plant the hands, lift your butt, slide your hands up to your knees, reach your hands out. Rise up. Let's do one more. Reach up, reach out, hinge, hold your arms out of your periphery until your spine's parallel. Squat down, slide your hands back. As you lean back, drive your knees forward, and now drive your heart between your knees. Slide the hands forward and lower the knees down. Point your toes behind you. Essentially the same movement, but now with our toes pointed behind us, we can stretch a little bit of the front of the shin, that anterior tibialis. Slide the hands back, lean back. Slide the hands forward. Slide the hands back, lean back. Get down as far as you can. rising up. Now we're just going to take the right foot only, and point the toes behind us, sitting to the left heel. As you come up, you're going to switch your feet and point your left toes behind you and sit on the right heel. Now just go ahead and oscillate from side to side, sitting down on one heel only. This takes some of the pressure off both of those balls of your foot and the forefoot joints. Now popping the knees up, let's just try to bounce our butt and lower the heart towards the floor. Then we're going to go knees to the mat. Slide the feet back into a plank position. Maybe do a push-up. Maybe do 10. Maybe do 100. Who am I to tell you? Lift your butt in a downward facing dog. And then slowly bring your heart forward back into the plank. Bend your knees, but don't let them touch your mat. And then push your butt back. Slowly straighten your legs. Again, inhale forward into a plank position. Bend your knees, but don't let them touch your mat. Push your butt back as far as you can, straightening your arms, and then straighten the legs. Now let's go the other way. Bend the knees first, and then straighten the legs, driving the heart forward. Lift your hips up, downward facing dog. Think about the mechanics of a train with the wheels and the pistons, and just moving through. Now bounce the heart back towards the feet. Just exploring your range of motion through the shoulders. Lower the knees, and then drive the hips forward. This reminds me of something I did as a younger man, but it's really just hip extension. Let's just leave it at that. Now, be mindful of that left foot behind you. Point your toes, lift your left knee, drive your right knee forward, look forward. And then lower your knee, curl your left toes under, sit back to your left heel, and as you sit upright, pull your right toes back. Come forward, point your left toes behind you, lift your left knee, pressing into the top of the left foot, and as you sit back to the left heel, curl your left toes under. As you point your left toes, lift your left knee, drive the heart forward, look forward, lower the left knee, curl the toes under. And now we're going to come up into a Knight's position. Turn your right foot out so your toes are spilled off the right side of your mat. And then bend your right knee, lunging your hips, your groin towards your right heel. We're working on that ankle mobility again. We're always working on hips. We're always working on shoulders. We're always working on knees. But we really got to create more mobility through the feet. Our feet are confined to shoes way often, and that's making our feet kind of dumb. Now step your right foot out to the right, plant your hands, sit to your left heel with your left toes curled under, place your left elbow near your left knee with enough space for your right arm to slide through. Reach up with your right hand, turn, follow where your hand goes. As you slide your hand under, flip the palm and press down. Reach up, reach under. Slide the hand, flip the palm, and press the palm down because that'll lift your right elbow. Reach up with your right hand again, and reach under. Remember, I'm repeating these movements, and once you get a feel for them, you can always do them more. Hopefully, this will be a video that you'll refer back to a few times and get used to incorporating some of these ideas into your body. Now, I'm pausing here to slide left foot back. Now, right leg lifts. I'm going to plank. Now, I'm going to draw right knee under the chest, and reaching left hand off the ground, kicking right foot through until the leg is straight. Push back with a right lifted leg, and then kick your right leg through. Plant your left hand, lift your right leg. Lift your left hand, kick your right leg through. So it can be some of these movements are something you'll want to watch once or twice to get a feel for it. And as I said, this is just a quick 20-minute simple mobility type of a class to just loosen up that body if you've had a tough day or you're getting ready for a tough day. Slide your right knee forward, reach back with your right hand, grab your left foot, and imagine that pulling your heel to your butt is like pumping air into a basketball. So pump up your butt. In fact, as you pull your heel down, it's almost like it's kind of like you're trying to shove your foot into your butt a little bit, not aggressively. Now we're going to go ahead And step the left foot forward, back into the knight's position, and lunging forward, right toes point behind you. Lift the right knee, press into the top of the right foot. As you sit back, curl your right toes under, pull your left toes back. Spine is perpendicular to the ground as you go back. Heart lifts. The heart lifts as you go forward and back. So just notice me lifting my heart as I go back and lifting my heart as I go forward. Sitting back, pull the toes back on the left foot, just like your right toes are forced to do when you sit. And come forward, lift the right knee. Now let's come back into the knight's pose. Turn the left foot out. And you can place your hands on your back, your hands on your hips. And you can also grab onto the floor, maybe a chair, if this is something that you can do, but you just don't have the stability, or you have weak knees, or there's nothing to pad your knees with. There is no shame in this practice. You just do it however you can, and you make any modification that is necessary in order to give your body opportunities to adapt to becoming stronger, more resilient, greater range of motion. Now, squatting down to the right heel, left leg is straight, reach left hand up, and then thread it through. And remember, once you've threaded it through, rotate the palm down and push into the floor until you feel your left arm straighten when your left palm pushes down. And then slide your hand out and reach up. Slide it under. Plant the palm and push down. Reach up, breathe in. Reach under and breathe out. Remember, there's always that aspect to the movement that we want to bring from our yoga practice, which is there's a time to breathe in, a time to breathe out. Go ahead and plant your hands. Come forward. First thing you're going to do is lift your right knee and then lift your left leg. Legs are straight. Bring your left knee under your chest. Kick it to the right as far forward with the toes as you can. And then draw your leg back. Take your right hand off the mat so you can kick your left leg through. And so at both of your end points, you're just trying to straighten your leg, pushing back into a downward facing dog with a lifted leg. But notice that when I kick the foot through, I'm allowing the other heel that's stabilizing me and handling the load, I'm allowing that knee to bend. Now slide the left knee forward, sitting, reaching back with the left hand. We're going to grab the left foot. Pull the heel towards the tailbone, and then release it. It's that pulling and releasing, that oscillation that gives us more out of our practice. Now, we're on Patreon, and we really appreciate the support that our Patreon members provide to create these videos. We'd love to count you among our Patreon members that are help bringing these yoga classes to all practitioners. So that's it for today. Nice one, right? So those are the people that are paying to provide these videos to you, and with your support, we can do even more videos. Go ahead and slide your hands forward. Take a moment to rest in your child's pose. Rest your head. And don't forget, we'd sure love it if you left us a like. And if you subscribe, be sure to hit that notification bell so you are notified when we drop a new video. I make videos at least twice a week and sometimes more. Bless you guys. Namaste.